Model driven app will not be covered. See, Hashim Khan. See, still we are discussing about the Canvas app only. Okay. Canvas, that too default app only we discuss it. We have Canvas blank app, and after that model driven app. Okay. After that portal app, there are so many things out there. We will cover each and everything, but you have to know first of all how you can create. Most of the times, most of the organization they are creating Canvas app. In the Canvas app, how the functions are used, how the elements are used, everything you have to know it, right? That's the reason once it is completed, then only we need to go with the model driven app. Understand, Asim Khan? Power Apps content, that means index also shared. Okay. Power Apps index and document, initial document also I shared it. Okay. Up to, yes, up to previous classes, like up to Canvas app, how you can create. So this week we need to, I will share like a functions related document. Okay. So if you guys are not added in the Google Classroom, please check with Sham and add you into the Google Classroom. And so after that, once it is added, so whatever documents we shared it, definitely you will receive it. Understand clearly. Okay. So see here. So in yesterday, like some function, one function I discuss it. What is that function? Yesterday we are discussing about what are the functions are available here, like in Power Apps, like in Google, you can type like Power Apps functions. Understand? Suppose, for example, in that there are here it is category wise, alphabetical order. The functions will be there. See in that the first function is ABS. Okay, most of the times we didn't use this function, but if you want, I will tell you like ABS means absolute number. That means always it will returns a positive value only. That means if you give negative values, then it will be converted into positive values and it will show that particular one. Understand? Let's see how it will works and everything. Suppose, for example, like so in this particular one, add columns, like a few more columns are added into that one. I'm adding one more column, absolute also. Okay, like absolute. Okay, absolute. Suppose, for example, if I'm giving minus 25, what will happen? Minus 25 means it always returns a positive, that means positive value only. Understand clearly or not? See here. So whenever it execute this one. So see here, it is executed. Once it is executed, if you want to see that particular column, okay, that means what will happen here it is. No, so from starting onwards, I will explain you. Okay. So first add columns. Okay. What is this one? So in this one, add columns first we need. What is add columns will do? That means it will take the existing table. That means for the existing table, so along with the existing columns, if you want to add the new columns, if you want to add the new columns, okay, then we have to use a function called add columns. Understand or not? That means, so what is my target? It is like I will delete all these things and once again I will take from the scratch so that you will understand all these things. So here my target is like I want to add the few more columns. Those columns I want to show in a table format. Okay. If I want to show the columns in a table format means in Power Apps, you can take like a table. Table is the element. Okay. So here we have like a data table. Okay. It is a table. In table format, it will show it. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So for example, here like okay. So this is the name of the table it is getting. Once the table you are taken, then you have to load that particular data set, right? So from which data source data you want to load it, you have to select it. So select that particular data table. On the right side of the properties, you will have a data source option. From which data you want to show it, that table you can select it. Suppose I want to show OneDrive, where after choosing a data source, immediately columns are not appeared here. You have to add the columns. Understand clearly or not? So that means if you want to add the columns means on the edit, click on edit fields. Under the edit fields, you will have add field option is there. Which columns you want it, you just need to select these columns and location and customer, sorry, for example, first name, last name, agent name, location, customer number, VIP level. These columns I want to see it, or else this is enough. Okay, click on add. And those columns are automatically added here itself. See here in this column, see here first name, last name, agent name. On which order we are selecting the columns, on the same order only the columns will comes here. Okay, see here in this table format, this particular one will shows it. Understand clearly or not? So this one, see here, these are the default values for these values. What columns are what under column, each and every column, what values are there? Everything in table format we can see it. Understand clearly? So now what I want to do is, so I'm taking a data one, table one column. Okay. In the table one, what are all the columns are there? Along with that column, few more columns, extra columns are added. So for that, what I need to do is, then by using functions, you can add whichever columns is required. So for that, we have to use a function called add columns. What is add columns will do? It always takes the existing table. From the existing table, what columns are there? Along with those columns, you can add the new columns into that particular same table. Understand? For that, you have to use add column function. So then add columns function where you can apply it means, so how these columns are getting, in which property these columns are displaying, that means in that particular property you have to apply that particular function. So that means in this data table, all the columns are showing under the property of items. Under the items property only, all the column values. See here, under the items property, you just need to select that particular table. That's it. In that particular table, what columns you are added, those columns automatically it will show. That means, that means in the add columns function need to be added in this particular property, because in this particular property only you are showing all the columns, right? You have to select this property and apply that add column. See here, there are different properties are there, data table related, but table related table column values are showing in the items properties only. Okay, so select that one. And here in this formula bar, this is a formula bar. Okay, this is a formula bar. For each and every property have the different value it will shows in the formula bar. Understand? Not only this one. Suppose I'm selecting height. When I'm selecting height property, see here the value something it will shows like some value, static value it will shows in the formula bar. Whichever property you are selected, that property related value it will shows in the formula bar. So here, so this table having columns. So for this particular function, we are applying add columns. Okay, add columns of first source. What is the source here? Source means data set name. What is the table name here? Table 1 only, right? So that's the reason no need to change anything. Comma. What columns you want to add it first? What columns you want to add it? Those columns. First column name, comma expression. For each and you can give n number of columns. You can create n number of columns. But initially the syntax of add columns is first you have to write the dataset name, comma, column name, new column name. What column name you want to display that one? Okay. Under that column name, what values you want to show it? Those column name related. So what is the column name? Suppose, for example, I'm giving like a what are the columns it is taken here? Like customer number, right? So see here, I'm creating like one more column like a customer into like this. This is a column name. Okay. This call first you have to give the column name. That column name must and should be, you need to give it in the double quotes. In the double quotes you have to mention the column name, and after that for this column you have to write an expression. For writing an expression, you always, whatever the table you are calling in add columns, those related columns only you have to use it in the expression. Understand clearly or not? So what, from which table we are getting the columns, that table related columns only you can use it. You cannot use other data set columns here itself. Understand clearly? So that's the reason. See here, column here expression. Expression means in between the columns. Expression means in between the columns. If you write a mathematical operator, okay, if you write a mathematical operator between the column, that we can call it as expression. That means here, suppose for example, customer number is there. Customer number column is there, right? See, when you type like customer number, you have to select, see here, there are different values are there. Customer number is there, customer number underscore column one is there, customer number underscore data card one, data card file like this. So in all this one, which one I need to select, Vijay? Means you have to select the column name. In the data source, what column name is there, that only you have to choose. Understand? These are extra one. That means under the data table, you see here, there are different one like customer number underscore column one. Like that, there are different columns, are the column names are like this, it will be there. Sometimes it is showing like that one. But you have to choose a proper column name only, customer number. And suppose I'm typing like, and one more column I need to write it, right? Yes, you can write it. Yeah, but in between that particular columns, you have to use mathematical operator. What mathematical operator you have to use? Plus, minus, multiplication, and division. All the things if you want to use it, then that particular complete part we can call it as expression. Okay. Suppose, for example, mm, here like VIP column also I need to multiply with the customer number. So into VIP. VIP level column is there or not? See like this. Understand clearly or not? So that means in between the columns, if you are using mathematical operator, what is this operator? Multiplication. Star means multiplication. Plus subtraction, division, you know, right? Same, whatever it is required for you, you can use that particular one. Understand clearly or not? So this is how you can create the column. Like put comma. And if you want to create one more column, first you have to write the column name, comma, expression like this. This is how you can write it. See here, once it is done, what you have to do? See here, this column is added into this one. So, but this column directly, it is not appear here. You need to add that column into this particular one. Where you can add the columns, select the columns and click on, under the properties, click on edit fields. And which column you created, that column is available under add field. Okay, you have to click on add field option. Under this, you will have this one, right? This is the column name I created. Click on this one. Then see here, customer number is this one. Okay, and with the customer number, whatever VIP level is there, whatever VIP column is there, if you want, you can add VIP column also. Okay, now you can see how the see 1 into 4, the customer number into VIP level value. 1 into 4, how much it is? 4 value. It is showing the 4 value, right? 2 into 3, 6. That one. This is what the expression I'm writing here, right? That value it will show. This is the first function. What is that first function? Add columns. If you want to add any column to the existing table, then we have to use add columns here. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Next one. Fine. Okay. Next function. What is the next function? See here. Okay. Next function is absolute. What is absolute function? So most of the times in real time, we didn't use it. But you have, for understanding purpose, if you want, you can see always returns a positive value only. Always returns a positive value. So what is positive value? That means suppose in this add column itself, I need to add that particular function. I need to apply that particular function and see the result. See here. So what I need to do? I need to create a new column. That is, what is that one? Absolute, comma. Here, first you need to apply the function. Okay, in place of expression, you can apply the function. Inside the function, you can write that particular column automatically, that it will treat it as an expression. Understand? So I'm passing a function called ABS. Okay, in this ABS, I'm passing a number. Suppose, for example, I'm passing 25 here and close this bracket. After this, that particular column is added, right? Again, you need to add that particular column from here itself. Like what is that one? ABS. See, what ABS will return? Always returns a positive value. Suppose you have the negative values also, it will be converted into positive values. Understand? If you are giving 25, 25 only it will show it. Like if you are giving negative values will be converted into positive value. Suppose you are giving 25.67 like this. Okay. Then, then see. There or not? Yeah, it is there. See that 25.67. Always it returns a positive values only. If it is negative values, then it will be converted into positive values. It will shows that particular one. But in real time, we didn't use it. But if it is required in your scenario, means you have to use this one. Okay. If you are giving a negative values, if you are giving positive values only, it will return. If you are giving negative values, it will convert it into positive values and it will show the result. Understand clearly or not? See, from tomorrow onwards, this link will be changed. Okay. They will provide a new link, and that link in the app itself, it will be there. They are giving for complete details for this one. So just you need to follow with the sham. Okay. Okay. This is the one. Okay. So this is the absolute value. In absolute, what is what one? If it is negative value, then it will convert into positive values and it will show the result. This is the one. Next one is like add columns is completed. See, and operator, see, so in between the conditions, if you want to use, you want to use and or operators, you can use double ampersand instead of using and or functions. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So I will tell you, like, whenever we are using that one, like, you will understand how to use and operator between the conditions and everything. Understand? Next one is like, these are all not required sign trigonometric related one. These are all not required. Next one is average function. What average function will do? That means it will calculate the average of that particular column. What is the average formula? You see in your educational studies, we are discussing about the average, count, sum, min. These things we discuss it, right? But in that in education, we are studying like what is average, like there is a formula is available, that means sum of values by number of values. By applying this formula only it will getting the result. But in applications, in applications like in IT field, like there are direct function is there. In that, if you just need to pass the column name of that particular just you need to pass the column name, then automatically it will calculate the average of the all the of that particular column. That means automatically by default in the backend itself it will calculate the formula. That means sum of values by number of values, like that. Understand clearly or not? Let's see how we can implement this one. Suppose for example, okay, suppose for example, here itself I can give it, or else you can show it in the label also. In both the ways I will show you, don't worry. AVG average. See, this is the function. In this one, what type of columns you in this one, what type of columns we need to pass it? We always need to pass either numeric column or decimal related column only. Okay. Can we calculate the average on date column? No, right? Can we calculate the average on character related column? No, right? Only average column, average function will works only on the either numeric or decimal related columns only. That means in the average function, you just need to pass either numeric or any like a decimal related column. Understand? Suppose, for example, like VIP, VIP. Okay. So see here. Okay. So I'm applying average of what is a VIP column is there that I want to display it. So that is done. Now I'm adding that column. Okay. So okay. So see here, for this particular row, whatever it is there, average is there. How many are there? That it will be calculated for 4. How many times it is there? That it will be shown here. But if want to, that's the reason. You cannot show the average function in a particular table itself, because always average function returns a single value, right? So that's the reason for single value related where we can apply it. Okay. In the, suppose for example, understand? So if you apply the average, sum, min, max function in the table, means always each row, like how many times it is how many times it is there, based on that the average will be calculated. But 4 is here, one time only it is there. 4 divided by how many number of values are? 1 only it is there. Then 4 divided by 1 means it is 4 only. That's the reason the same value it is displaying. But if you are putting, if you want to see the correct exact result of that particular column, means better to take the label. Okay, there is a text label option is there. Okay, take the label, and here itself, like see, average of, what is that column? Label one, um, understand or not? See here, just in average, actually, what you need to do, like you need to pass the table. That means data set name. What data set name? First, you have to pass the data set name. Under the data set name, okay, on which column you want to perform an average, that you column you need to give it like this. Understand or not? Whenever you give like this, then automatically it will calculate the average of all these values of this particular column of the VIP level. Then it will show the result for this one. Understand clearly or not? First, you need to pass the data set name, comma, column name. That's it. Understand clearly or not? So this is how. But you, so whatever column, see here, this is the data set name, table name. From which data set column you want to calculate the average? First, you need to write the data set name. After that, on which column you need to calculate the average? That column you need to write. Once you write it, automatically it will calculate the average of that particular column and it gives the result. But this column must and should be in which data type it is? Like either numeric or decimal related columns only you can pass it. Understand clearly or not? This is how we can get the result for average function. Is it clear? Yeah, single value. That means it always, not only these functions, some functions are there. Like those functions we can call it as aggregation functions, like sum, min, max, average, count, count distinct. All these functions are written as single valued functions. Understand? All these are single value. That's the reason whichever single value, in the single value type only we can show it. That's the reason I'm taking a label and show that. But Vijay, can we put here? Yes, you can put it in the table also. But the same value it is showing in all the rows itself. Suppose, for example, see here, I'm passing some, I'm applying here itself also. Now you can pull that particular column. See here, same value. Here also it is calculated, but the same value shows in each and every row itself. But there is no use of putting that particular one in the column in that particular table, right? That's the reason always you have to show like all the aggregate, not only this one, whatever aggregation functions are there, sum, min, max, count listing, all these five functions are written as a single value. Okay, those single value related always where you can show in a single value part only, in the single value elements only you can show that particular. Understand clearly or not? Okay, if you are putting in the table itself, see what will happen here. That means that the same value is shown for each and every row in that particular table itself. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear, Prabhavati? No, aggregation functions. Okay, delegation function means I didn't understand, Kunda. Like these, we can call it as aggregation functions. Okay, aggregation means always it will return a single value. Understand? Is it clear? Yeah. Next one. This is the category. In this category, remaining are all are trigonometric related. We cannot 100 200% we cannot use any trigonometric because it is not giving exact value, approximate values. All these are. That's the reason we cannot use it anywhere in the real time. Understand? And here, and we are using and or operators, right? And logical operators is there, right? So I will tell you whenever we are discussing if clause or anything is there, at that point of time, how we can write multiple condition when at the time of writing multiple condition between the multiple condition must and should we have to use and or operator. But if you are using AND function, there are some problems will be there. If you are using OR function, there are some problems is there. Instead of that, they are using ampersand operators for AND. For OR operators, five symbols we have to use. Those I will tell you whenever we are discussing about this one. Because there is a problem in AND and OR functions. So that's the reason instead of that one, for AND we are using double ampersand. For OR pipe symbols, we have to use it. Whenever we are discussing about this one, I will tell you. Understand clearly. This is about A category. In this A category, which one is important? See here. These are the things is fine. Okay, add columns, average, and end function. End function also I will tell you in if class. Wherever if we discuss it at that point of time, I will discuss it. Okay, next one is B category. In the B category, what is the first function? Back function. Very, very, very important function. First of all, like what is this function? Back. What this function means, it always when you use this back function, what will happen? It always goes to the from which screen you are getting, it always go to that particular screen. Suppose for example you are coming from second screen. When you use the back function, always it will go to the second screen only. Okay, suppose you are coming from third screen. Okay, then this back function will go to third screen itself. That means because previously from which screen you are coming to this particular screen. Okay, so it will go to that particular screen. It is not a specified screen, it will go like from which previously from which screen you are coming to here, that screen. Whether you are coming to this screen like from screen 2 or screen 3 or screen 4 or screen XYZ, whatever it may be. from which screen previously you are coming to this screen, it will always go to that particular screen. Back function. There is another function is also there. Okay. What is that function? Navigate. What is that? Very, very important. Please listen carefully. Navigate. Okay. What is navigate function? In this navigate function, you just need to mention the screen name. Okay. So what screen you are mentioned there, always it will go to that particular screen navigate. It is fixed. Okay. In the navigate, which screen you are mentioned there, always it will go to that particular screen. But back function, it is not fixed one. Always from which screen you are coming previously, always it will go to that particular screen. Okay, both are navigating. That means navigating means moving from one screen to the another screen is called as navigation. Okay, moving from one screen to the another screen. That means if you are taking any actions, like if you are taking any buttons or images or anything, for all these elements, for action performing an action related elements, if you take it for all the related elements, okay, this either you have to use back function, you can apply it, or else navigate function you can apply it. Okay, navigate function, that means navigate means in which screen name you are mentioned inside the navigate function, always it will go to that particular screen. But back function, from which screen you are coming, it always go to that particular screen. That means if you are coming from second screen, it will go to the second screen. If you are coming from first screen, it will go to the first screen. If you are coming from fourth screen, it will go to the fourth screen only. Understand, Vijay? These are about two functions, back and navigate. So first of all, we need to discuss the back here, and navigate function we can discuss in a minute. Back. See here, but in back function, there are different properties are there. So in back function, so how we can apply the back function? Let's see. Suppose anything, any element you can take it. Like suppose which is perform an action related element only you have to take it. So under the insert, suppose for example, I want to take the icons. Okay. Or you want to take the buttons. For buttons and action, for buttons and icon having an actions, right? So those related you can. Suppose if I want to perform that, I want to take the icons. So which icon you want to perform it, you have to choose that particular one. Suppose I'm choosing this one, or else back arrow. This icon I'm taking. So I'm putting here itself. Okay. So whenever I'm putting this one, there is a trigger is there. I told you, right? What is a trigger? Performing an action is called as a trigger, right? Performing an action is called as trigger. But triggers are always starts with which property? On property, on. Okay. After that name will be there. Select, change, on select, on hover. Okay. Like that, there are so many triggers are there. Triggers are always starts with on. This is an 100% interview question. What are all triggers are available in Power Apps? There are different triggers are available. Like on select is a trigger. On hover is a trigger. Okay. On change is an trigger. Okay. There are different for each and every element having a different triggers are there. In the property, when you it automatically that means it automatically selected this trigger. In this trigger, in the formula bar, what you want to write it? Suppose, for example, I'm using back function. Back means just you need to open bracket, close the bracket. That's it. If you are mentioning like this, that means so I'm coming from this screen. Suppose, for example, okay, from this screen to this screen. Suppose, for example, one more element I'm taking here. icons. Suppose I'm using a send icon. Okay, this is the one. Suppose, for example, for here, I'm putting this one here and I'm changing the color of this one. See, whatever you want, right? How to change this color. On the properties, you can have an option, right? So change it to white color because it will shows like, see here. Now, for this one, what I am writing is navigate. See the difference between here itself, I will explain you. So to which screen you want to go to, that screen name you have to write it. So navigate function, which screen you want to go? That screen name, a underscore category function screen name. That is the screen name, right? You just need to pass it. Whenever you click on this particular one, okay, it will come to this particular screen. Okay. If you click on this particular one, what will happen? It will go to that particular screen. See here, back to this particular. See, back function is not fixed, but this navigate function always it is fixed. Suppose you are coming from detail screen itself. Okay. If you coming from detail screen, suppose same icon I'm using, send. Navigate. I'm mentioning this one. What will happen? So if you click on this one, it will go to this one. Okay. Now from which screen you are getting? That screen it will goes here because we are coming from here. Suppose if you go to the edit screen from there, if you click on this one, okay, this back function, this is the back function, right? And you click on this one, it will go to the edit screen, not detail screen. Understand or not? So that is the main difference between back function and navigate. Navigate means always it is fixed one. Understand? That means navigate means it always go to this particular screen. Back function, it is not like that. Understand? Back function, in this back function, from which screen you are coming to this particular screen, it always go to that particular screen. Suppose you are coming from detail screen one, it will go to the digital screen. If you are coming from edit screen one, it will go to the edit screen. It is not fixed. Every time it will change it based on from which screen you are getting that particular one only it will shows here. Understand clearly enough? And one more important point here it is there are different things are there available here in back function. Like there are different navigation types are there. This we can call it as transition argument. Suppose, for example, if you are passing screen transition dot cover, then how it will be shown. See here. Suppose, for example, in this back function, what happened? Okay, suppose if I'm giving a screen transition as screen transition dot cover, okay, screen transition. dot cover. If I'm taking this one, what will happen? Let's see practically. Suppose, for example, I run the application. Now see, come here and click on this one. It will come to this particular screen, right? When you go here, see, it is like a cover. That means cover page is there. How it is moving, page is moving, same like that. See here. If you are not giving this particular transition, normal way it will navigate it. But when you click on this one, it is look like a cover. That means when you move the page from one page to the another page in a book, when you are moving the page, okay, how it will be moved, same like that. Understand clearly or not? See, okay, these are the different types of transition arguments. Like suppose transition dot cover right, if I'm giving this one. Dot cover right I'm giving. Then see how it will work. I'm running this application. See, it is moving from right side. The page, what in a book, you are moving a page, right? If it is a cover, then it is moved from right to left. Okay. If it is cover right, that means it is the page is moving in a book, the page is moving from left to right. Like that it will show. See here, like this. Understand clearly or not? So there are different types of transitions. There will be there. Fade, none. None means that is the default one. That means you no need to get whichever it is like. Okay, you have to give, just you have to give the transition. Okay, inside that particular function, you just need to pass the transition here itself. Understand? So see here in this transition, you just need to pass the transition name here itself inside the bracket. Then automatically based on that, it will act like that. Understand clearly enough? This is about back function. Understand clearly or not? 100% we have to use in real time. We have to use this one. Okay. Don't forget it. Next one is Next one is blank. You know, right? Blank, what blank function will returns? Always returns a blank values. So based on the condition basis, if you have a condition, so based on the condition, I want to return some blank values. Then we have to use this function. Suppose, for example, um, see, I'm writing one more here, like blank related. If condition I'm writing. So I didn't touch this particular one. Wherever it is there, at that point of time we can discuss it. But we need to know, like you need to know how you can write it. So first you have to write VIP level. For VIP level column, if it is equal to 4, if it is equal to 4, then I need to return as blank. Otherwise, I need to return like, okay, like a VIP column. VIP level code like this. See, there are different ways on there like this. See here in this particular one, what is the column you are implementing? Blank, right? See here. It is not showing. Is this the one it is text? See here. Actually, VIP level column is in text format. Text data type it will be there. That's the reason it is showing like this. So wherever the 4 value is there, okay, see here, wherever the 4 values are there, I'm writing just a simple condition like this. Okay. When we are discussing about in if condition, we will have it. So what blank will returns? So it always returns a blank. Blank means empty values. Okay. So most of the time this blank function is used in conditional based functions like if condition. Okay, like those related conditional based one, you can write this function. Okay, so see here, in if suppose this condition is satisfied, then I need to write a blank function. If a condition is not satisfied, then VIP level whatever it is there, that it will be. So this is what. Okay, so like this we can write the blank functions. Understand? Most of the times in conditional base, if is a conditional based one. Okay, so in if conditions only, most of the times either you can check the blank values here, or else in the written statements also you can return the blank function. Understand clearly or not? This is how you can apply this blank function. Understand? So today what we need to discuss it, we are discussing about A category and B category. Tomorrow we need to discuss about C category related. Understand? So in this one, there are calendar function is there, choices. There are different functions are there that we can discuss in tomorrow's class. Understand clearly or not? Anyone having any doubts? From tomorrow onwards, the link will be changed. You are need to connect it from the app itself. If you have any doubts, you can check with Sham once. Understand? Anyone having any doubts? Yeah. Tell me, Sumit. Sumit, you can unmute and ask the question.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, yesterday I missed my class. Can you provide video, sir?
That you need to check with Sham, Sumit. Like Sham will provide all these things, but I'm
Okay.
not responsible for all these things. That's the reason.
And one more thing, sir, related to Power BI. Sir, what you are shared in Power BI Google Class, that is not displaying any document.
Why it is not document? Definitely 100%.
From yesterday, it is not displaying. And what admin was shared, that is displaying. But your shared document is not displaying from
No,
yesterday.
Sumit, for each and everyone is getting like that only. But you have to check it. Like you have to open that particular one in a new tab. From there, you can download that one. Understand?
But
So
yes,
whenever I share the documents in the Google Classroom, so you will immediately
yes,
will get a mail. Okay. So that
yes.
open that mail in that attachment, you will have a right click on the particular one. You will have open in a new tab. Click on that one.
Sir, no, I have a go. What's you say? Yeah, I have a no, Google Class app, sir. But
Hmm.
previously it was showing, but from yesterday there is showing unknown files.
See, that means see, I told you, right? Only 3 days only documents are available in the Google Classroom. Before
Oh,
that, you have to download it. Whenever I shared it, from that particular date to 3 days, it is available in the Google Classroom. After that,
oh,
it will be removed because it is connected to my Google Drive.
okay,
Because
sir.
Naresh Institute is not providing any Google Drive.
Oh,
It is
sir.
connected to my Google Drive. So there are so many documents I need to share it, right? That complete drive it is filled. So that's the reason 3 days only it is available.
Okay, sir. I don't know that thing, sir. Because yeah.
No. I see this point. I told you like 5 to 6 times from the starting class itself because each and everyone knows, right? That's the reason.
Mm.
Okay, you are in Hyderabad or some other location?
Yes, sir. I am in Hyderabad.
Okay, then come to the directly on Saturday itself. You have to come here and
Okay.
receive the documents and take the documents from there.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, understand? So
Okay.
if it is means next time onwards, don't wait like this.
Okay,
Don't
sir.
do like this, Sumit.
Okay, sir.
Because we are
I will
not
download, sir.
keeping the documents like after 3 days, it is not available. We are
Okay.
removing. Okay, before that only you have to download and put it in your local system. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anyone having any doubts? I need the docs. Docs mean that you have to check with Ram Mohan. You need to check with Shyam. Because once you clear the payment, so we are adding you into the Google Classroom. I already shared the documents in the Google Classroom. Please check it. Those documents are available up to 3 days only. So each and every one need to download the document before the 3 days. Today only I shared the document. That means up to Monday it will be there. Okay. After Monday, again it will be removed from that particular Google Classroom. Understand clearly for each and every one. Which I am not available. That means because it is connected to my Google Drive, my Google Drive doesn't have any spaces there. That's the reason. Is it for a single day? No, 3 days are. See, today only I uploaded, right? So again, I will remove those into on Monday. That means 21st. Up to 21st, it will be there in that particular Google Classroom. Before that only, you have to download it, those documents into your local system, save that into your local system. Understand clearly, Ram? Okay, check with Shyam if you are not there in the Google Classroom. Please check it, guys. Please, you guys need to add it in the Google Classroom immediately. Okay, if sometime like